Hi, Assalamualaikum. So in this video, I will continue on the last topic for a selection control structure, which is a switch structure. Okay, switch structure is also used for selections. It's also used when you have an options, normally more than one options that you need. You can use a switch structure. Okay, so switch structure is alternate to if else. Okay, you can the expression is evaluated first. Value of the expression determine which corresponding action is taken. So we will look how this switch structure, the syntax is written using a C++ later on. Expression is sometimes called the selector. Okay, selector expressions means the conditions. Okay. Expression value can be only integral. So this is how it differ from the if statement, because the expression value here is only integral. In expressions here mean the conditions. Okay, the condition is integral. It's a single value. It's a single value. So each value determine which statement is selected for executions. Integral means here number 1, 2, 3, or it can be A, B, C, something like that. Yeah. A particular case value should appear only once. Okay. So this is the example of a flowchart for case. Uh, it is just like an if statement as well. It using a diamond as well for each of the case. Case 1 is the first condition. Case 2 is the second condition. Case 3 is the third condition. So um, when the first condition is false, it goes to another one. If the second one is false, it goes to another one. Okay, just like the if statement as well. If it's true, then the action will be taken, like statement 1. And another one that have a break statement. I will tell you what is the difference between the statement that contain break and the statement that doesn't contain break statement. Switch statement will have break statement. One or more statement may follow a case label, so the same as if statement. Also, under the if, you can have a more than one statement, but you need to put it in a braces, okay, a bracket. Same thing in the switch statement. You can have more than one statement, but put it in a bracket, so it become a compound statement. The break statement may or may not appear after each statement. You can have it or you can remove it. Switch, case, break, and default are reserved words. So you cannot use this reserved word as the variable name, because this keyword is used as a syntax in a switch statement. Okay, rules, statement rules. When value of the expression is matched against a case value, so statement execute until break statement is found, or the end of switch structure. So it will execute any statement inside that case until it found break statement, then it will stop. Okay, or if it is the end of the switch structure. If value of the expression does not match any of the case value, statement following the default label execute. Okay, so default in this case means else, means that it is the condition. If the condition is not met, default here would mean the else part, means that otherwise. Okay. Execute if no default label is executed. If no default label and if don't match the entire switch statement is skip. Okay. If you didn't put the default, means that the entire switch statement will be skipped. Means that it will not be implemented. Okay. Means that no output from the switch statement if no condition is met. But if you put the default there, if all the condition is not met, then it will print whatever inside the default. So default here in the switch means else part for if. A break statement causes an immediate exit from the switch case. So what is the purpose of break is it will immediately exit the switch case statement. So they don't have to look into another case. You don't have to evaluate other conditions. Once the condition is met, then it is automatically will exit the switch statement. Let's say your switch statement you have like 5 cases, 5 conditions. When it met the second condition, the rules is already true or the condition is already met, then it straight away jump to the exit of switch statement. So it will not go through the third, the fourth, and the fifth case of the switch case. So that is the purpose of break. Okay, example. Integer grade level. See out. Enter grade levels. Okay, user are asked to enter a grade level. Freshman 1, sophomore is 2, junior is 3, and senior is 4. So user need to enter number 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay, so we want to display an output based on the user input. If user input is 1, you need to print go to the gymnasium. If the user input is 2, then you print go to the science auditorium. If the input is 3, go to Dewan Aspirasi. If the input is 4, then you print go to Dewan Cemara. So this is how you split the conditions, the output based on the user input. So if you look here, the syntax for switch case is you need a keyword switch, and inside the bracket here is a grade level. Grade level will indicate the variable that you use for the input. User input. That is the variable that you use for user input. So it will know that the case here 1, 2, 3, 4 is actually referring to that particular variables. Okay, so this variable is actually the variable that you declare for user input. Okay, so in this case it was taken from the user input. Syntax for switch statement. So this is a syntax switch, then arithmetic expressions. So this is actually the variables that you want to evaluate. Case level 1 under the body is the statement. Okay, case level 2 was its level and another body. So the case level can be 1, 2, 3. You also can use A, B, C. So it's up to you. Okay, so this is the arithmetic expressions case, and then the one is the case body is the print statement, is the output. You can have more than one statement in the case body. So in this case, they have two, which is cout and also break. Okay. Switch with no break statement. Okay, we want to see what is the difference between switch with break statement and switch with no break statement. Okay, if you know break statement, so if switch and case 1 x equals to 10, case 2 x equals 20, case 3 x equals to 30. If you look into the flow chart here, it will look like this. Okay, there are 3 diamond here because there are 3 cases. If it's true, x10, true x20, true x30. If you look into the arrow here, what happens if you do not have break? If the first condition is met and the first condition is true, okay, means that the condition is 1, is true, then it will print it will assign value 10 to x. Okay. If you look into the arrow here, after x equals to 10, the arrow goes down to x equals to 10, 20, and then x equals to 30, and only then it will be end of the switch statement. So in this case, at the end, what is your x value? The x value is 30. So you get it? It will get what is the current value of x. That will be stored inside your variable x. So now your current value of x is 30. Okay, if you don't put break statement, means that it will print the next one, even the condition is the first one. Okay, if the condition, the user enter number 2, means that the condition number 1 is false. Okay, if the condition number 1 is false, it will not print x equals to 10, but it straight away go to ans that equals to 2. Okay, the second one. So what happened is x now equals to 20, and then the x equals to 30. So it will also go down to x equals to 30. So what is the current value of x now? X is also equals to 30. Even the condition. So what does it mean? Even the condition is 1, the condition is 2, the condition is 3, the value of x is still 30. Okay. Now we look into this example. Okay, if you put break in each of these case statement, then what happened? After the break, okay, x equals to 10, you put break. Breaks mean exit the case statement. Okay, so exit the case statement. This, you see the arrow after break is straight away go to the end of the switch statement. So now, if the condition 1 is true, what does happen? X, what is the current value of x? The current value of x is 10. Okay. If the condition 2 is true, then x is equals to 20 and put break. When the break is straight away, exit the case statement. And what is the current value of x? X equals to 20. So now you can see the difference with break and without break. Okay, without break means that it will also print the statement of other case value. But if you put break, it will only print the output for that particular case, and it will straight away exit the switch statement. That is the difference when you put break and without break statement. So be careful with that. Okay. Switch with the default blocks. Default mean else. Okay, anything else that is not met these conditions will be false under default. So what does it mean? That if you put ranking here, ranking, so ranking is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. If let's say the case is 1, 1 is not in these conditions, so automatically it will print input error invalid data. And if you put 11, it will also goes to input error invalid data. Means that any number except the one in this case, which is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, it will print input error invalid data. That is what it means by default. Default is anything else except the one in this case. Case this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 case. Okay, that is default. But if you don't put the default here, so if the ranking is 1, so nothing will be displayed. So the program, the code, the compiler will read your switch statement, but nothing will be displayed because you didn't put any conditions if the case is 1. So nothing will be printed out. Okay, so that is about the switch case. So that is the end of a selection statement. So you in this topic you learn 4 selection statement: one-way if, two-way if, nested if, as well as a switch case statement. So most of them is used to cater problems when you have a conditions, when you have an options. Okay, so it is truly will be based on how your logic thinking, your critical thinking on how to actually define your if-else statement in order to solve a particular problems. So if you can have a good critical thinking, then you may solve the problem using only a simple or a few codes, statement, number of code to solve a problem. But if not, you may end up with a very long if-else statement just to complete a simple task or a problem. Okay, so that's it for selection control structure. So thank you very much.